Hey guys, welcome back to Geek Space. With the 12-year anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's on the horizon, there's no denying that this franchise is bigger than ever. From games, to merchandise, to books, to movies, FNAF has grown into one of the biggest horror franchises in gaming. However, after 12 years, a lot has changed. While many fans still love the direction that the series is heading, others feel like some of the things that made FNAF special have started to disappear. So today, I'm going to be discussing 3 problems with modern Five Nights at Freddy's, and my potential fixes on how the franchise can improve going forward, so hopefully we can last another 12 years. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first, and arguably biggest issue with modern FNAF, is the lack of marketing and communication surrounding newer releases. During the early Cawthon era, ScottGames.com was more than just a website. It was a place where fans would discover hidden teasers and secrets. Scott would post what looked like simple images, but fans would work together to brighten them, uncover hidden details, and piece together the mystery. This style of marketing continued into the lead-up of FNAF Security Breach, with Freddy and friends on tour. The purple glitches hidden throughout those videos eventually came together to reveal Glitch Trap, giving fans another mystery to solve. This is what made FNAF's marketing so special. It wasn't just advertising for a game, it was creating an experience before the experience. However, with more recent releases like Help Wanted 2 and Secret of the Mimic, marketing has felt much quieter, with only a handful of trailers before launch. When even major creators like Markiplier discover the game through a fan post a week before release, it shows how difficult it can be for newer releases to build hype within the community. And as someone whose favourite FNAF game is Secret of the Mimic, it's genuinely disappointing to see such a great game fly under the radar for most fans. So what's the fix? First, I think FNAF needs an official news platform, where fans can keep up with everything happening within the franchise, from game announcements, to merchandise, to teasers. But more importantly, FNAF needs to bring back the mystery. Instead of just releasing trailers, include hidden secrets and puzzles within them. Looking at other franchises like Poppy Playtime, every chapter has an ARG leading up to release, with fans working together to solve the mysteries and uncover clues. That is exactly what FNAF needs. Something that brings the community together, creates discussion, and makes fans excited to uncover what's coming next. The second issue I think modern FNAF faces is that some fans feel like the franchise has lost its original charm. The classic FNAF games weren't just popular because they were scary, they were popular because they felt like a mystery. Every small detail mattered. A strange poster, a hidden message, or a secret minigame could lead to hundreds of theories and discussions within the community. Even creators, like yet again Markiplier, have discussed how the newer games don't quite capture the same feeling that made the original games so special. So what's the fix? I think FNAF needs to bring back some of the smaller elements that help make the franchise so iconic. One example is the 8-bit minigames. These appeared throughout the classic games, and gave fans small pieces of information about the story, while encouraging them to search for answers. I think bringing back death minigames could be a great way to continue telling the story, whilst also rewarding players for exploring. Another element that I think should return is the classic Easter eggs. Seeing a poster change on the cameras, discovering a rare secret, or finding something that wasn't there before, created such an unsettling feeling. These small details made the locations feel alive and unpredictable, whilst also adding to the horror. Finally, I think challenge modes need to make a comeback too. One reason classic FNAF games were so replayable was because players could push themselves with harder challenges. Imagine if Security Breach had a mode where the animatronics AI was increased, the endos were constantly roaming, or all the lights were out. Or imagine Secret of the Mimic having a challenge mode where the white tiger was always active and hunting you. Steel Wool has so many possibilities with these modes, and I think fans would absolutely love them. Bringing back these smaller features wouldn't just appeal to older fans, it would help modern FNAF games capture that feeling of mystery, replayability, and discovery that made the franchise so popular in the first place. And my third and final issue is that some fans simply don't enjoy the shift to free roam gameplay as much as the classic sit and survive formula that made FNAF so popular in the first place. When Steel Wool took over, the series evolved into fully 3D environments, where exploration became the main focus. And while I personally love these newer games, I also understand why some fans miss the tension of being trapped in a security office, carefully managing your resources until 6 AM. So instead of choosing one style over the other, why not have both? I present Night Shift Mode. The main game would stay exactly as it is, with the free roam gameplay you'll come to expect. But from the main menu, you could select Night Shift mode. In this mode, you're placed into a security office. Whether that's somewhere in the Pizzaplex, or an office inside of Murray's Costume Manor, depending on the game that you're playing. And your objective is simple: survive from 12 AM until 6 AM. The animatronics from the main game would hunt you down, while you use your cameras, doors, and other security systems to defend yourself with. This would give older fans the classic gameplay they miss, without taking anything away from the modern FNAF games. This also opens the door for more challenge modes, similar to 420 mode from FNAF 1. And before anyone says that this would be like making two separate games, remember that a lot of the hard work is already done. The environments, animatronics, and assets already exist in the main game. Night Shift mode would simply give players a new way to experience them. To me, it feels like a win-win. Modern fans keep the free roam adventures that they enjoy, while classic fans get a reason to jump back in and survive 5 more nights. And there we have it. Those are my 3 biggest problems with modern FNAF, and the ways I think they can be fixed. But I want to make one thing clear. I don't think modern FNAF is bad. In fact, I think it's one of the most exciting eras the franchise has ever had. The bigger worlds, new characters, and different gameplay styles have brought millions of new fans into the series. However, I think FNAF needs to remember what made it so special in the first place, and the fans who loved the old style. The original games weren't just popular because they had scary animatronics. They were popular because they created a community. Fans worked together to solve mysteries, discover hidden secrets, and share their theories. Every little detail felt important. And I think that's what modern FNAF needs to bring back. More mysteries to solve, more secrets to discover, and more ways for old and new fans to experience the games that they love. FNAF doesn't need to go backwards, and become exactly as it was in 2014. The franchise has grown far beyond that. But if it can combine the ambition of modern FNAF with the charm of classic FNAF, then I truly believe the next 12 years could be even better than the last. Alright guys, we've reached the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. But now, I want to know what you think. Do you like the modern FNAF games? If you could change one thing about modern FNAF, what would it be? Let me know down below. But anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!